Coach, congratulations, 3-0 here for a second straight year, 45-17 win. And the offense looked like it kind of set the tone there early on, getting some tempo going, scoring on those first couple drives. What was key to the fast start tonight?
Well, I just, made up my mind this week that I was going to get after our kids a little bit to get us more prepared to go fast. And I thought that might be an advantage for us early on in this game, that they might have trouble lining up at the tempo that we were willing to go, and I think they did. And, the first drive went beautifully, and we had a double move that I had landmarked, and it was open, and we kind of missed it, but still found a way to put it in, and we did jump on them. I thought, look, we made some bad plays on offense. Some credit goes to them. We made some bad ones that hurt us on drives that got us behind, but I thought we played solid. I thought we were balanced. I hadn't seen the stats, but felt like we were balanced enough, run to pass, and I thought our defense played outstanding. Obviously the glaring issue that made it a game at halftime was, special teams gave them at least 10 points. Then we had one breakdown in coverage, and they hit us on a play. But special teams did not perform up to par tonight, but I thought the other facets were pretty good.
424 total yards, 182 on the ground, 242 through the air. Malik Willis, fair to say that is this his most complete game he's played this year to this point?
To this point this year, probably so. I hadn't watched the film yet, but he took 2 sacks that he should have thrown the ball away. But other than that, I thought he was pretty dang good.
What led to some of those shots down the field that you guys were able to cash in on? Because, you were without DJ Stubbs tonight, but Demario Douglas, C.J. Daniels, Kevin Shaw, all those guys really stepped up, it looked like.
Yeah, everybody's kind of playing us, a little different than other people, and they're putting their guys on an island sometimes because of the way they're playing the box, and are trying to put an extra guy around to handle Malik on the running game. So it gives you some opportunities like that, and it's good to see those kids make some. I thought Shaw played solid, Demario, CJ, Noah, all of them played good. I think Shaw was mad. He dropped a touchdown, and boy, what a throw! That may have been Malik's best throw, maybe since we've been here. That was a rifle shot in the corner, and it'd been nice to see Shaw catch that one. But I thought our receivers played solid, but we were shorthanded again tonight. In the O-line without Bounds, without Cooper, and without DJ and Javion, and we got to get some folks healthy, hopefully.
Last thought from me, then we'll turn it over to the media. Defensively tonight, did you feel like that your team did a good enough job holding Mack into the pocket? And 5 sacks created. Didn't look like he was ever able to really get going with his legs.
Yeah, I thought we had a really good plan against the quarterback +1 runs, and kind of talked them out of that early on when Trayshawn hit him pretty good on the first one, and I just thought we kept the pocket condensed all night, where he really didn't have a lot of running lanes, and we played without Henry tonight, and that was I thought Kendi Charles just played his heart out, and so good to see. What a great kid he is, and I thought he played really, really well. I thought the defense played well, other than that breakdown on the crossing route from at formation in the boundary and the tight end on the crossing route. We dropped him. Other than that, I think they played really well.
Bill?
At this time, we'll open it up to the media, starting with Damian Sordelette from the News in Advance. Go ahead, Damian.
Hugh, you talked about the defense, and you look at the third quarter, hold them to minus 1 yard of offense. You get 4 of your 5 sacks. And do you feel the way that group came out, that initial drive, and set the tone really for the rest of the game?
No question. That's after I met with the offense. That's my only message to the team before we came out was making sure the defense, because everybody felt a little somewhat deflated for it to be 28-17, I think at half. And I wanted the defense to make sure I knew and believed that it was not their fault that it was that way. and that just come back out the second half like you started the game and get us a stop. And then offensively, let's take care of the ball and go score some touchdowns. And, the third quarter was dominant, by them.
We'll go over to John Manson next from C Red. Go ahead, John.
Coach, last week it was Henry Chibuzi that got through with a couple sacks and 6 tackles. This week, Kendi Charles, as you kind of alluded to, just as further evidence of the depth you guys have built there, with especially some young guys like Charles breaking through with a big game.
Yeah, that's one spot we have felt like we had decent depth at, and of course played without Darrell last week and without Henry tonight, and it was good to see those young kids really step up. And of course, I'm not giving enough credit to Ralph and Elijah, those older guys too that are steady and solid. But definitely needed some younger guys to play well, and we got a lot of them in there tonight to see them. And heck, those younger guys covered them pretty well there at the end too, and got a pick for us. And thought it was good to see some of them play well. But Kendi absolutely had a great game.
We'll go over to Ed Lane next. Go ahead, Ed.
Hugh, the defensive line, you mentioned the game plan. How different is it coaching them with gap integrity and discipline while rushing the passer, as opposed to the traditional mindset a lot of folks have of it, where it's just pin your ears and go back after the quarterback? Because it seemed like they really were balanced in how they handled that.
Yeah, you better be. I don't think you can do just one or the other. I think it's important that when the call is made from Coach Simons or Coach Aldridge on what technique they're playing on that given play, it's very important that they all four do the same thing, whether it's gap integrity or whether it's some race calls where we're trying to condense the pocket. And I thought that they did. We gave up that last drive. I think they got a little depressed. I don't know. Depressed is not the word, but just disheartened a little bit that they'd played so well, and all of a sudden they look up and they got to go back out because we roughed the punter, and they got to go back out, and that's the only drive that they really hurt us on inside zone a little bit. And they've got a good running back, so I felt, all in all, I thought Scott and his staff did a great job with the plan, and they did a good job of mixing up the gap integrity along with putting some pressure on the pocket.
We'll go over to Christian Shields next. Go ahead, Christian.
Awesome, thank you. I know, Coach, like you said, the offense was able to start out really quickly with just being able to get a lot of yards real early in the first quarter. And a lot of that was coming from Malik Willis's incredible running ability. Is that more of a focus of this offense, or is that more of him improvising throughout the game?
There's certainly times that he improvises, but a lot of, one of those touchdown runs was a design quarterback run. One of his long ones was where we had option routes on the outside that he could have thrown, but draw blocking in the middle. So it's a mixture of all of that, and then sometimes it's him ad-libbing and making plays with his feet. So it's a combination of all of that.
Go ahead, Damian.
Hugh, we saw Aidan got hit pretty good there on a special teams play, had to go back to the locker room. He came back out, so obviously how is he feeling, and what do you think of Max Morgan coming in, having to handle a punt, which he drew a roughing on, and then holding on PAT, which gets lost with what they do from the punting position.
Yeah, we work backups every week, and so it's good. He didn't punt it as well as he's capable of, but I'm sure he was quite nervous. We hope that Aiden's okay. He'll have to get some X-rays and look at that clavicle area. I know he's in a lot of pain right now. Hopefully he'll be fine.